Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Let's go, let's go. Fucking finally, the fucking fight of the century. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, Ilya Tapturo, gonna knock out Justin Gaethje. No secret there. Just gave away, my final prediction, but everyone kind of knows that. This is kind of feels like a sacrificial lamb. Like, I'm not saying Justin Gaethje doesn't have like the ability to, you know, to knock out Ilya Tapturo, because he does, but I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. This ain't no Strickland versus Chimaev. Those once in a lifetime moments only happen once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it. But I'll get more into that later. For now, fucking 7 fights, dude. 7 fights. So not a normal card, right? It's only 7 fights. Probably half of a regular fight night card. But every fight on this card is basically a main event, right? All of them. They're all so good, and I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. It's also gonna start on Sunday at 8. And outside. Ooh, heard there's gonna be like rain and shit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if it does rain or the gnats or something, or the flies or some shit. Bother the fighters. That'd be pretty funny. It'd be hilarious, actually. And I heard the big Netanyahu might be there, along with Erica Kirk and a couple others. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best fight of the century. You gotta be there. Alright, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into the fights, man. First off, we got D-Lo. This guy should be fighting for the belt a third time. What is he doing fighting Steve Garcia, man? He should be fighting Volk for a third time after he lost to him in his last fight. But, yeah, we got, D-Lo versus Steve Garcia. As we know, Steve Garcia coming off a bunch of, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight win streak. That's actually really fucking good in the featherweight division. It's pretty good. He's a up and comer. He's 34. Whoa, he's older than D'Lo. What the hell? I was about to say he's a young prospect. I guess young contender, I guess now, but he's 34. What the hell? Oh, that's kind of weird. I thought he was younger, huh? Well, yeah, no. Well, if he loses this, I don't think he's gonna. I think that's it for his run. But yeah, and then we got D'Lo, who recently got fucking boring decision by Alexander the Great, Volkanovski. And before that, he beat Gene Silva, who's looking pretty good. After he beat up my boy what was his name? Arnold Allen. Before that, beat Brian Ortega. Then okay, lost Alexander Volkanovski, and okay, yeah, this fight, I'd say it's probably one of the more closer fights of the card. D'Lo, -170 favorite. I think I think that's pretty good. We still don't know, just how good Steve Garcia is. To be fair, he's recently only been beaten. I don't want to say bums, but they are kind of bums. David Onama, that was his last fight. He was looking pretty juicy there too, dude. He looked like he was on the Sazul. Yeah, he fucking fucked up David Onama in the first round. That's not pretty impressive, but David Onama, is not really that great of a fighter. I know he was on a 4-fight winning streak, beat Giga Chikadze, and some other guys had, some Gabriel Santos. Not bad wins, but still. He's sort of, I don't know, he's just mid, right? David Onama mid. An old washed Calvin Kattar, I think this was after he broke his leg, so washed, broken, old. Yeah, that like, I feel like he should have knocked him out, but he didn't, and brought to decision. But that's because Calvin Kattar is a bit of a crafty veteran of some sorts. But yeah, I feel like you should have knocked his ass out there. And then Cal Nelson, yeah, okay, no, not good. Same with Choi, okay, not a good one. Malik Wazil-Costa, now that dub is aging pretty good. I know Malik Wazik lost his last fight against Arnold Allen, but to be fair, he didn't look too bad, even though he did get kind of dominated in a way. But he put up a great fight. And Chase Hooper, yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't know. He's been winning the fights he should be winning, but I don't know. They're not on the level of my boy D'Lo. All right, D'Lo, his last fights again, Volk, the champ, Gene Silva, who looks like he might become the champ, Volk again, Brian Ortega, I know, and Dan Ige, and yeah. So the fight here, we got they're both more of strikers, I'd say. Obviously Diego has good jiu-jitsu. If he can take your back pretty quickly if you're not careful, like he did Gene Silva, and he has power in his hands. He's got power for a featherweight. He got pretty good power, got good striking. He's got amazing jiu-jitsu. He's got a great chin, man. And yeah, he can take punches, right? And then Steve Garcia, he's a bit of a marauder. He's fucking, all forward, all gas, no brakes. Fucking always fucking, he breaks motherfuckers down, right? But will he be able to do that to D'Lo? I don't think so. I don't think he'll be able to push the pace on D'Lo. We saw Gene push a fucking, such a, I don't know how to say that, like a fast paced fight against D'Lo, and he still won that, right? He was able to hit that spinning spinning back elbow. And that's how we got Gene out of there. But yeah, no, D'Lo is pretty good against, I feel like, the Steve Garcia types. The ones that come forward, the ones that don't stop, continue throwing punches. Yeah, he's pretty good. I think this is more gonna be on the feet, right? So D'Lo, I don't know. I just think D'Lo is gonna be able to knock out Steve Garcia. I don't think Steve Garcia has been against any good comp. He has been winning a lot though. But I think I don't think Steve Garcia has the I don't know about his chin either, right? Like how would he react if D'Lo lands a good right mean hook, all right? Or an elbow, whatever on his chin, right? I also think D'Lo's got the better jiu-jitsu, the back take. If he needs to, he can just take Steve Garcia's back. I think he'll do it pretty good. And yeah, I think D'Lo is gonna get the dub, and I think he's gonna be able to. I'll say knockout. I think knockout in the first. I'm gonna say first round. I think Steve Garcia is gonna wanna push the pace real quick. It's gonna be the first fight, at the White House, and he's gonna wanna put on a show. I think so. I feel like no one this goes for all the fighters. I don't think any of them are gonna be doing snooze fest, fucking lay and pray shit on this White House card, right? They all gonna try to get a knockout finish in front of Donnie and the big Netanyahu and Erica Kirk in France, and so yeah, I'm gonna go D'Lo by round 1 KO. I think he's just gonna catch him, coming in aggressively and put Steve Garcia out the pasture. All right, okay. Bo Nickel and being put on the biggest cards of the years, man. What's new? Yeah, Bo Nickel yet again somehow weaseling his way into the White House card. He's always on these big pay-per-view cards, or I guess not pay-per-view anymore, but you know what I mean. He's always on the big cards. Yeah, against Kyle Dawkins, who recently got back in the UFC, his last fight, right? Oh no, not his last fight. 2 fights ago, right? Yeah, 2 fights ago. Oh, okay, so Kyle Dawkins, 2 fights in his return, 2 dubs. And then we got Bo Nickel, who has the dub. Who did he fight again, dude? I can't. Rodolfo Vieira. He had kicked him. That was pretty good. But Rodolfo Vieira is old as fuck and doesn't really have good striking and only really good at jiu-jitsu and not wrestling. And then before that, RDR. I don't think that's a bad loss. RDR was, a 2-time champ at 1, and I know recently he did lose against Barajo and what was his name? Brendan Allen. They didn't look too good, but RDR is still good. I think he's, RDR is really good, right? He's got the knees. He's dangerous. He did beat Robert Whitaker, Kevin Holland, GM3, Magomed. You know what I mean? I think RDR is good, right? I'm not. That's not a bad loss. I don't. I'm not gonna shit on Bo for losing that one. He is still pretty fairly new to the game. 7-1, about to be his ninth professional MMA fight. Obviously, his wrestling has been carrying him hard, and he has been training his striking, and his striking has looked, all right. It's been looking good, not amazing or not super good, right? But it's been, it's good enough, right? And against Kyle Dawkins, who is going to be a bit, is he gonna be a bit taller, right? 6'4", 6'3". He is gonna be way bigger than what's his name? Bo Nickel. I don't think he's 6'1". I feel like he's 6 feet. He doesn't look. I don't know. I always see at the weigh-ins, but he is gonna go against someone bigger. And Kyle Dawkins is pretty. I say he's a veteran, dude. What is it? Beat Gerald Mirza GM3. Darshok them. Michelle Pereira knocked his ass out. Not the best names, especially GM3, and I guess Michelle Pereira, who hasn't been looking too good. But he did what he was supposed to do, and no one really believed him in the Michelle Pereira fight, and he knocked him out. Again, before that, he was fighting in the CFFC. I don't really fucking know. I've seen those fights, but then his first stint, he lost against Eric Anders. And Roman Lazy, but that was like 4 years ago. Phil House. All right, Brennan. Okay, he has lost to some of the, known names, right? But I don't know. I feel like Kyle Dawkins isn't. I don't know. He's good. But I don't know. I just think Bo Nichols, is gonna be way better at wrestling. He's probably gonna try to implement that more. On Kyle. I don't think Kyle's got that good of a chin. He has been knocked out before, and he has good. His striking's good. He's able to knock out Michelle, but that doesn't really tell me anything. And yeah, I'll say Bo Nick's gonna be able to finish. What's his name? I forgot it. Kyle Dawkins, man. I think he's gonna be able to finish him. I'd say maybe in the third round. He probably. After, mixing it up with takedowns, you'd probably maybe be able to land, maybe a high kick again? A head kick? I don't know. I just say he lands, a right hand or some shit. In third round, after fucking, wrestling all over fucking Kyle, and, he gets the, he hurts him in the third round, ground and pound. There you go. Yeah, third round, ground and pound. To Gale. For Bo. Oh, yeah, something I also forgot to mention in the D-Lo Steve Garcia fight is they're both pretty fucking tall for the division. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay, next fight. Mauricio D. Luffy Huffy. I think that's his name, right? D. Luffy. Yeah, versus Michael Cook Chandler. I've been waiting for that Conor McGregor fight, and they gave it to Max Jerome Blessed Holloway. Poor Michael. Been waiting a whole year. What the hell, dude? I'm guessing it's because of his contract. They're probably paying him a lot, so they're trying to get as much juice from the squeeze from Michael Chandler as they can. And I guess that's what they're doing with him against Mauricio. They're giving Mauricio an easy. Is Michael Chandler even in the top 10? I don't think he is, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he is. But yeah, I think Mauricio's. I think he's ranked higher. I don't know. But yeah, huge favorite Mauricio Huffy. His last fight, he fucking knocked out Rafael Fiziev. Rafael. I don't know. Rafael Fiziev in the first round, and it was no one really does that to Fiziev. When was the last time Fiziev got fucking? Oh, I guess some people have done that before. No, leg injury. Spinning back. Okay, Magomed Mustafayev. All right. But no one hasn't done it since, I guess, Magomed Mustafayev properly, right? And that was like a spinning back. Yeah, it was a spinning back kick, from what I remember. Yeah, dude. He did beat Ignacio Bahamondes, but Bahamondes is seeming to be kind of mid, kind of lightweight. For that loss against Justin Gaethje, but he is fighting for the title, so not a bad loss. Mateus Gamera, leg injury. Justin Gaethje can, so basically just Justin Gaethje, and he broke his foot. and then getting knocked out. But yeah, in that fight against Fiziev was, he was doing what he always does. His is it Muay Thai, right? Kickboxing, whatever. Muay Thai, he was doing what Fiziev do. His striking, looking pretty good. But Mauricio Huffy was being really patient in that fight, dude. He was waiting for a chance, and he got it. Up until that knockout, he wasn't, he was looking good. He was landing some stuff, but you could tell he was just waiting, right? He didn't want to I don't know. He wasn't looking for. He was just waiting for his moment, right? And before that he got lost against BSD, but BSD, he is kind of a marauder. He does push the pace, and I feel that's kind of like the worst type of fighter. Or I guess that's more of Huffy's kryptonite. The BSD type that goes forward, pushes the pace, tires you out, right? Mauricio Huffy is, he is a stylistic fighter, man. He tries to land that highlight KO, like he did with what was his name, King Green with the spinning heel kick, and then before that, James Lawtop, he tried to knock him out, but didn't. Jamie Malarkey knocked his out. He tries to be stylish, but I think recently, after the loss to BSD, and then he went to, I think, train with Volk. And I'm sure he got some pro tips from old Volk, and learn to be a bit more patient, learn to be more effective, not throw too much, not try to look for the finish in stylistic ways. And I think that's more of a danger to Huffy, right? He's just being patient, almost like a McGregor, but not really. I guess kind of. But yeah, he's good. He's got power. Can land kicks. I guess is the main way Michael Chandler's gonna want to I guess game plan against Huffy is to take him down, right? And essentially maybe do the same thing as BSD. But will Michael Chandler be able to do that? Michael Chandler not looking good in his last fights. Got lost against Paddy Pimblett by elbows. He got dominated by Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett way bigger. Charles Oliveira didn't have like a moment until like the last one, and he was landing back of the head shots there, I think. Almost got Charlie's out of there, but he didn't, and got dominated 5 rounds. I'm pretty sure that was a 5-round fight. Before that, this is Topuria got choked out. He was looking all right, but got choked out. Tony Ferguson, yeah, Justin Gaethje, Charles. Okay, we get it. He just hasn't looked. He just lost against, I guess, the best of the best, right? Like champions and contenders, right? Paddy Pimblett. But yeah, his last W being Tony Ferguson, dude, 4 years ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Michael Chandler's past it, dude. He's still looking juicy as ever. He's still peeled out of his fucking tree, but he's 40 years old. He's short as fuck, 5'8". Do I expect him to wrestle? Maybe, right? But like, what's that gonna? What is laying and praying gonna do then, right? And Michael Chandler's fucking, he's kind of an idiot. So he's always what is it? He grabs victory from the jaws of defeat, right? He grabs losing. I don't know, some bullshit like it. Michael Chandler's just a loser, right? He always manages to find a way to lose, and I think in this fight with Mauricio Huffy can basically land whatever shot, whether it be a right hook or a spinning back kick or a fucking head kick or a jumping knee. Fucking, I don't know. Mauricio has so much tools in his striking arsenal. He could land whatever on Michael Chandler, and I think he's going to knock out Michael Chandler, dude. Michael Chandler, again, I don't think he's going to be able to take him down. Even though, it is kind of Huffy's takedown defense is a bit suspect. Michael Chandler's not the type to get someone's back, right? And choke him out. He's looking for he's also looking for the highlight reel, right? And he's doing it in front of, his daddy Trump. So he's going to obviously want to, get that knockout in front of America. But I think it's going to backfire. I think he's going to be aggressive, and then Mauricio Huffy's just going to be patient and then knock his ass out with a good, 1-2 or like his last fight, against Fiziev. So I'm going to say Mauricio Huffy, fuck. Michael Chandler usually looks his best in the first round, so I'm going to say Mauricio Huffy in the 3rd round. Yeah, Mauricio Huffy's going to land, find something. Michael Chandler's going to be tired. He's going to look lost, and Mauricio's going to do another highlight KO for Huffy. So, yeah. Round 3, I say a spinning kick. Dude, fuck it. I'm going to say spinning head kick. Huppy. Third round. Oh shit. Fucking checkers coming up. Okay, so the D-Lu versus Josh Hockett. Yeah, D-Lu coming in. D-Lu Hockett was made last. When was it made? A month ago, right? So it was made the day that Josh Hockett went against Curtis Blades, right? So much for not making fights on day of. But yeah, they added this one, the recent addition to the White House card. It was usually, I think it was gonna be six, seven. I don't know, but yeah. The odds, they're not too bad, but 350. I think that's pretty correct. Yeah, D-Lu is D-Lu's always dangerous, right? He can't, if he lands on your chin, you're gonna go out, right? He has dynamite in his hands, but dude, that's all he really has. If you take, make it past, I'd say maybe the first minute, D-Lu just kind of gasses out and kind of, quits, right? I hate to say it about D-Lu. Ooh, I gotta do President Trump. He told me to knock this Russian motherfucker out, making him look bad on the news. My balls is hot. Yeah. No, D-Lu looked like shit his last fight. I guess, yeah, well, the Cortez Acosta, that's not a bad loss. But in that fight, he just looked lost after the first round. Or after the first minute, right? Waldo's way better, boxer, and basically just cooked. He just cooked D-Lu, man. D-Lu just, he's always dangerous. You gotta be careful with that. But if you can just, be careful, and land some leg kicks too, and fuck up his D-Lu's got skinny legs. But yeah. Yeah, I think Hawkins is gonna fuck him up. Did beat Tyson Serra, but Tyson Serra shit. Rodrigo Nascimento, Gelton Almeida, he just got smushed that fight. Rodrigo de Lima, Sergi Spivak, got arm triangle, wrestled. Yeah. Josh Hockett on the other hand, coming off what I think is the fight of the year, and Curtis Blades that he had with him. Yeah, that fight was sick as fuck, dude. I saw that shit live, dude. That shit was amazing. But yeah, in that fight, Hockett was almost knocked out Curtis, right? But Curtis did not want to get knocked out by fucking Hockett, dude. It just looked like he was not getting, knocked out there, right? He almost did a couple of times. It was kind of back and forth, but I feel Hockett did, edge out the rounds. And yeah, Hockett showed that, he has it to go, for 3 rounds, 3 heavy rounds, right? So that tells me something that, he can go 4-5 and, maybe in the future or something like that. But I feel like he doesn't even need that, right? Unless, I don't know, some depends what he fights. But yeah, dude, Hockett's good, dude. He's pretty small for the heavyweight division, right? 6'1". I think he's even shorter than that, like 6 feet tall. Maybe 5'11". But yeah, he's not big, right? But that's that's the thing with Josh Hockett. He's quick. He does have power. He has good wrestling because he was what is it? College wrestler back in his day. He was also a running back, I think. He was in the NFL, I guess, more of the like training camps or whatever. But he didn't really make it. But he's that tells you that he's athletic as fuck, dude. This guy's athletic. He's quick. He's fast. He's got knockout power. He's got really good wrestling. Shown to have a good gas tank. It didn't look like that. He was getting tired, but he was able to push it when he was tired. So that's pretty good look. And yeah, dude. Josh Hockett realistically can do whatever he wants to D-Lu. As long as he gets past that first minute of the first round, I think he can do whatever he wants. He could take down D-Lu and ground and pound. He could knock him out on the feet if he wants. Yeah, D-Lu's only way, obviously his only way is a knockout, uppercut, some shit like that. Maybe catch Josh Hockett. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen. It's a quick turnaround though for Hockett though. I'm kind of worried about that. But it was a war too, a month and 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure he's still feeling that shit. But Yeah, as long as Josh is careful, I think he knocks out Derrick Lewis in the first round. I think he does it. I know he wants to get a pretty highlight reel, right? So maybe he'll try to take him down, or I think he just try to do what he did with, or try to do with Curtis Blades and just knock him out. Go for it all first round. That's probably what is gonna happen. D'Lo has no heart. Let's be honest here. And yeah, Josh Hockey, I think he's just gonna land a right overhand. And then D'Lo's just gonna, cover up and quit on the ground. So I'm gonna say round 1 TKO for Josh Hockey. All right, the featured event, right? The featured fight. Sean O'Malley versus Ali Ayman Zahabi. Holy shit, he had a mullet here, huh? Yeah, Sean O'Malley coming off his last fight against Yadong Song, who recently beat Figueiredo, but that's not really saying much these days. But it was a close fight. I'll be honest, it was a close fight. But I do think Sean O'Malley won it. Song Yadong did try to, Song Yadong was putting a bit of mustard on Sean O'Malley, but Sean, was able to edge the rounds. And then Ayman Zahabi's on a pretty fucking good win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight win streak, right? His last loss was against Vince Morales and Ricardo Ramos. But, beat Draco Rodriguez, Ricky Torres, okay, Jared Basharat, good win. Pedro Munoz, I said good win at the time. Jose Aldo, good win. Even though I do think he could have maybe lost that fight. They gave it to Ayman. Marlon Vera split. Fuck. I don't remember how the fight went. I don't remember if it was actually a split or if I don't know. No. I think Vera might have won. I don't know. But yeah, a bunch of decisions. Dude hasn't really gotten a finish since Ariel Quang. And yeah, he's not really a finisher, but he does push the pace. He goes forward, pushes the pace. We saw that against Marlon Vera, Jose Aldo. Yeah, in those fights. He pushes the pace. He's got a pretty good gas tank. Doesn't really have power, but he can land, some nasty shots. I forgot if his wrestling was good, but I don't think he's gonna be good enough to take Sean O'Malley. I don't think it's on the level of Umar or Murab, right, or Peter Yan, right? But it's good enough. But I don't think he's gonna be able to utilize his takedowns, even if he has them, right? I don't really remember, but yeah, Ayman Zahabi does push the pace a lot, right? He does go forward. The thing is, though, he's 38 years old, right? 38 and a half, reaching his 40s, old as fuck, in the bantamweight division. And he's going up against Sean O'Malley, who I think is in his prime, right? He looked pretty good his last fight. Of course, he lost against Murav, and Murav twice, right? Champion, or was a champion, dominant champion. Yeah, but usually he does look good. He did take KO Aljamain Sterling, and Sean O'Malley. He's damn, I lost my train of thought. Sean O'Malley has power. He has that, that style of feinting, feint, boom, looking for that like 3-pointer, you know what I mean? Looking for that down the pipe. But yeah, dude, I think Sean O'Malley's gonna win this. I don't know if he's gonna knock out Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi really hasn't been knocked out. O'Malley did say he wanted to get a knockout, highlight knockout reel. Will he get it? I'm not too sure. He's a pretty big favorite, I think, for a good reason. Maybe minus 300 would be better. But yeah, no, Ayman Zahabi just old. I don't think he's gonna have anything, new to show. He's gonna push. And you know what? The way he does come forward, I think Sean O'Malley actually might get the knockout. So erase what I just said. I think Sean O'Malley gets a knockout in the third round, dude. I think he's gonna style on him. Ayman, is gonna try to go forward, but he's gonna get touched up and then retreat and try to think of a different plan. But yeah, I think Sean O'Malley has it, dude. I think he's gonna knock him out in the third round. I think you just catch him with a right, go like him going backwards and a boom. You know what I mean? So yeah, third round knockout for Sean O'Malley. All right. Oh. The co-main event of the evening. Alex Poatan Pereira looking to become, according to Dana White, the GOAT, I guess, of the whole fucking sport. Yeah, Alex Pereira is gonna be looking to be a 3-time champion, right? Middleweight, light heavyweight, and then now heavyweight. How did he make middleweight, man? Yeah, Sirgan, Alex Pereira is gonna be a striker's delight. No wrestling, maybe some wrestling. Who knows? Maybe. Now that I think about it, Cyril has lost his last 2, right? And he's gonna want to win it, right? Yeah. Alex Pereira, Sirgan, 38 years old, 36 years old, but doesn't really matter in the heavyweight division. Both 6'4". I think Alex might be a bit taller. Cyril Gane, I'd say he's more of a real heavyweight than Pereira, but Pereira is looking pretty thick, man. Sean O'Malley was talking about it. I don't know, BBL Alex Pereira. Let's see. Holy shit, man. Holy, man. Look at that dump truck. Oh, no, motherfucker, man. Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, dude. He's going to be carrying some serious power, man. Yeah, I think, Pereira's going to be, he has accumulated. I don't remember. It's been 8 months since his last fight against Magomed. I think he put on some pretty good weight, and he's feeling comfortable. He doesn't have to cut weight. Dude, that's crazy, dude. He doesn't have to cut weight, and I think that's going to be a dangerous aspect. His chin's going to be, a bit better. Although I do think he's still going to be a little bit chinny. I have seen some fights where, that Magomed and Kalaev, the first one, where he almost did get chinned, and then with Izzy, but that was at middleweight, and he was draining himself, killing himself to make 185. Yeah, Alex Pereira is gonna have. I think he's gonna have way more power than Cyril. Even though this is heavyweight, anyone can knock each other out. But I think he's gonna have the way more effective punches, I guess, to the body and stuff like that. He does go for the body. Those fucking heavy ass hands, dude. Those bricks that he has on the ends of his arms. Holy shit, cinder blocks, dude. It's just he's not. Pereira's gonna be slower, right? Pereira's gonna be slower than Gane, even though he did look pretty quick in that one video where he was hitting on mitts. But I think Cyril Gane's going to be way more quicker, right? He's going to be lighter on his feet. Alex Pereira, obviously, he's going to be chum, go forward. But, to be fair, Pereira isn't too heavy on his feet. He does, try to, doesn't really have his hands up. He's a kickboxer, But this is going to be interesting. Cyril Gane, I think the biggest X factor in this is gonna be the eye pokes, man. Fucking Cyril Gane is the best eye poke in the game, man. People forget, man. Yeah, dude, I really do think the eye pokes are gonna play a fucking role in this fight, dude. He is going to fucking do an eye poke. I can 100% guarantee that shit, dude. If you can fucking put some kind of bet on whatever betting site, dude, put that shit that Cyril Gane is going to do an eye poke, right? He always has his fucking fingers extended. Acts like he ain't fucking doing it. Yeah, no, dude. Basically retired Aspinall, dude. Ended his career, right? Even with, what is it? John Jones, he was able to do it. Dude, he's done it a lot, alright? I don't remember what other fights, but I know he did it on John Jones and Tom Aspinall. But, dude, this guy's a serial eye poker, dude. Fuck this guy. I'm hoping he gets knocked the fuck out in first round and gets sent home packing. Yeah, no, Cyril Gane, he is, he's quick. He's quick. He's light on the feet. He's gonna be looking, wait for a chance. For a heavyweight, he doesn't really have power, but he's more of a pepper. Put that pepper on, jab. Doesn't really throw any really haymakers. He does sometimes, but I don't know. I think Alex Pereira is just going to be too much, right? If Alex Pereira comes out like he did against Magomed on Kalaev, and just fucking, obviously, be a bit careful, though. Be a bit careful, right? I like the underestimate Cyril Gane's power, But if he's make sure, wait for his chance, go forward, knock out Cyril Gane. That'd be pretty good. But, Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think it'll go 4 rounds. Dude. This is one of those fights where I think it could maybe go to decision because I know Saragon is. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. He has never been knocked out, and hasn't been knocked out by Francis Ngannou. I know they're both different fighters, but Francis Ngannou wasn't able to knock him out. So I don't think he's gonna be. Do I? Dude, I'm thinking now. What if it goes to the decision? Could Pereira? I'm thinking about it. Pereira could lose the decision, right? Pereira always looking for the knockout shot, but Gon could pull out a fucking decision win, dude. Just going in and out with the perfect game plan. That Rico Verhoeven type shit. Dude, I don't think Cyril Gon's gonna finish Pereira, but I think he could be, quick enough to go in and out. I can see why it's an even fight, right? But ultimately, I'm going with Pereira, dude. He just has that power, dude. If he lands on Cyril Gane, I think it's over for Gane, dude. I think it's over. Yeah. But what round though? Maybe the 4th round, 3rd round. Pereira could be down by the 4th round. You never know, man. But I'm gonna go with Pereira, fucking 3rd round, TKO, man. I think Pereira would be able to, figure out Saragon. Saragon only really has, unless he pokes Pereira in the fucking eyes, which I think it is gonna happen. But I'm gonna have to go Pereira. I think, he has the power. He's looking good. He has all the momentum. Saragon, fucking last fight 7 months ago. Fuck this motherfucker, dude. Yeah, Alex Pereira, round 4, TKO. Let's get it. And now, dude, the main event of the evening. Topuria, the fucking cat, man. Topuria. Yeah. Versus Justin Gaethje. Yeah, no, Ilya Topuria round. I'm saying round 2 KO against Gaethje. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, Topuria 17-0 is fucking knocked out every fucking legend in the lightweight division except for Islam. But KO'd Charlie, KO'd Max, KO'd Volk. Fucked up Bryce Mitchell, Justin Gaethje. Last 2 wins were against Paddy Pimblett, Rafael Fiziev. Lost against Max Holloway, got knocked out. Before that, knocked out Dustin Poirier, Rafael Fiziev. Lost against. Okay, yeah. Gaethje's only really lost to, the goats, right? The best of the best. Yeah, no. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. He could have a chance, maybe with the leg kicks, but he hasn't really thrown leg kicks as much, if I remember. Gaethje has power, not really knockout, but some nice thud punches, enough to get Ilya Topuria, to be like, whoa, right? But ultimately, I think Ilya Topuria just has the better boxing. He's too crisp, he's too fucking vicious with it, man. He's precise. He can wait when he has to wait. He can go when he has to go for it. Yeah, dude. I think Justin Gaethje is gonna run into a fucking right hand from Ilya Topuria. I think it's gonna be the same thing, almost like the Charlie Olives fight, right? Obviously, Justin Gaethje could wrestle, but I think Ilya Topuria is way better, everywhere in the ground. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling. He's gonna be able to defend, but this is obviously gonna be a striker, so I don't even know why I'm pulling that up. But just mentioning it, yeah. Ultimately, Justin Gaethje is gonna have to find a way to fuck up Ilya Topuria. I don't think he will though. He's been through so many wars, dude. He's 37. Ilya's 29, dude. 29. He's not. I don't think he's even in his prime, dude. And he's 29, and he's already knocked out these fucking legends. Yeah, I don't think Justin Gaethje. I don't see no Sean Strickland thing happening. Justin Gaethje's gonna be way behind in terms of all striking, wrestling, dude. He's just gonna have to, he just has to catch him. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Gaethje's gonna get knocked down in the second round, I believe. Flatlined, like in that Holloway fight. And yeah, dude, Eli Topuria is gonna get the knockout. And who knows? I'm just more trying to see what happens after. But yeah, no. Eli Topuria round 2 KO. There's not really much to say. Gaethje obviously could then maybe an uppercut, but nah, Topuria just he trains. He's an athlete, right? He fucking studies tape, dude. Seen that shit. He's always making sure he's he's healthy. And Justin Gaethje, I know he be smoking that Zaza. No, man, you know what I'm saying? Not good for the lungs, man. Topuria only be sipping on that wine, man. But yeah, dude, nah, I don't see it for Gaethje. So Eli Topuria round 2 finish. KO flatline. But yeah, dude, I am looking forward to this fucking event, dude. This is gonna be sick, dude. Almost like a UFC hundreds kind of type of fight, 200, 300. It's gonna be sick, I know there's been a lot of a lot of pushback, for all political reasons. But dude, if at face value, dude, it's in front of the White House, dude. This is some Teddy Roosevelt shit, right? In front of the White House, obviously it could rain. I've seen that there's a chance that it could rain, and then even with the bugs too, and it's gonna be hot. But I feel like but I don't know, dude. UFC's with their setting up, they haven't been really had a good track record. I feel like they're the type of people to cheap out on everything. Imagine if the fucking whole the claw just falls inwards and crushes Cyril. But crushes Cyril, Gaethje, something like that, dude. That'd be fucking. I mean, that'd be terrible, man. But that'd be kind of hilarious, right? If it just implodes and fucking crushes the fighters. But yeah, dude. I feel like they could cheap out on that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, dude. I'm pretty excited to see what happens, and yeah, dude. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, so that's about it. Subscribe, hit that like button, notification, and yeah, later.